Hello, friends. My name is Dr. Fiavi, and welcome back again to my channel, Body and Mind Unplugged. Today, I want us to talk about a very common struggle that most people deal with on a daily, yet don't quite understand why it happens. I want us to talk about psychosomatic pain, which is a pain that is worsened, triggered, and managed by psychological stress. Well, I know what you're probably thinking. Are you saying that our pain is in our mind, is in our head, and it's not there? No, that's not what I'm saying. If you deal with psychosomatic pain, your pain is not imagined, it's not pseudo, it's very real. So, no, you are not imagining it, okay? You see, when you're dealing with psychosomatic pain, your body and your mind is struggling to keep up. You're struggling with each other. There is not quite a balance. Whenever we deal with psychological stress, our body or our brain releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Remember, our body does not speak French, English, Spanish. It doesn't speak Ewe. It doesn't speak Ga, Chi, Fanti, or Yoruba, right? It speaks sensation. So whenever we're going through any psychological stress, that sensation is released or relayed back to us through a form of pain. You might have shoulder pain, back pain without carrying any heavy load. But guess what? You've been carrying emotional and psychological load. You might have knee pain without being injured, without fracturing your leg. You might even have chest tightness that may scare you into thinking you're probably having a heart attack, right? You may even have abdominal pain. I mean, any pain that you can think of. You know, the interesting thing about psychosomatic pain is that when you go to the hospital and your doctor run all labs and tests, everything comes back normal. That is the most interesting part of psychosomatic pain because it is not a pain that is coming from your body, even though it's manifested in your body. It's not a pain that is caused as a result of an injury or any other sickness. You see what I mean? Your EKGs may be normal, CT scan may be normal, ultrasound is normal, everything is normal, yet the pain is lingering. And the mistake most people do when they have psychosomatic pain, because they're not able to differentiate between psychosomatic pain and a pain that is caused by injury or sickness, is that they tend to medicate. You know, they over medicate themselves. Unfortunately, medication, sleeping aids, and all that only touches the surface. It only numbs the symptoms without actually tackling the root cause. So it's very important that you tackle the root cause of psychosomatic pain so that you don't live a miserable life of pain, every day. What do you do when you have psychosomatic pain? You go to the hospital and everything is normal. Your doctor said there's nothing wrong with you. Everything is fine. We cannot tell why this is going on, right? I've said it so many times on this channel. I cannot overemphasize enough the importance of rest. Rest. Declutter yourself from toxic environments and toxic people. Be kind to yourself. Be positive about what you put inside your system, not just food-wise, but by your mind, your what you watch on television, what you decide to let stress you. You see what I mean? Be mindful of that. Meditate, stretch, exercise. If you need counseling and therapy, take advantage of it. You see, psychosomatic pain is very common in African communities, African American communities, because culturally we are conditioned to not, fall for stress. You are supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be tough, toughen it up. You're supposed to be a man and don't cry, don't stress yourself. Take it all in. Unfortunately, eventually, these things take a physical toll on our bodies, manifesting as psychosomatic pain. So, if you try all these things I've talked about, stretching, exercising, um, walking, simple walks can make a big difference. Being intentional about what you soak in stress wise, all these things can have a great, great, great turnaround for you when it comes to psychosomatic pain. That is why sometimes you might experience chronic shoulder pain for weeks. All you had to do was hydrate and stretch yourself and go for walks, and all of a sudden the pain disappeared, even though you have taken medication so many times in the past. You see what I mean? That's what I mean by complete lifestyle change can eradicate psychosomatic pain and not just dwelling on painkillers. Painkillers only touches the surface of the real problem. Try all these things and let me know. Are you somebody who have had experience with psychosomatic pain? You've had unexplained pain that is not a result of any injury. You've gone to the hospital and they said everything is fine with you. Comment down below. Share your thoughts. Let's have a conversation. I want this channel to be a little bit more engaging. I come here, it's like I'm the only one talking. You guys are not sharing your opinions and your experiences. I'll be looking forward to them. Don't forget to click, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.